हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। नमः सर्वेभ्यः, सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। अद्य गौडीयदर्शनस्य सेशन् 12 मध्ये वयं स्मः। अद्य वयं कर्मबन्धनविमुक्तिः इति विषये चर्चयिष्यामः। तस्मिन् किञ्चित् दीक्षा इति प्रामुख्यता तस्याः वर्तते, तदपि किञ्चित् स्पृशामः। स्वागतम् अद्य सेशन् मध्ये। आदौ कुत्र स्मः इति पश्यामः। एतावता वयं बहवः विषयान् चर्चितवन्तः। प्रमाणानि, भगवत्तत्त्वमिति तिस्राः कक्षाः आसन् तत्र। अपि तु जीवतत्त्वमिति विषये अपि कक्षा द्वयम् इति मन्ये, और कक्षा एका एव। भेदतत्त्वमध्ये, अभेदतत्त्वमध्ये वयं सर्वेषां कथं वा सम्बन्धः इति, भगवतः सर्वेषां नाम जगतः, अपि तु जीवानाम् अपि तु अवताराणां कथं वा भेदः वर्तते, अभेदः अपि वर्तते इति, अपि तु सर्वेषां भगवान् श्रीकृष्ण एव मूल आधारः भवति इति चर्चितम्। इदानीं वयं भगवत्तत्त्वे तिस्राः कक्षाः स्वीकृतवन्तः। तत्र वैदिसाधना, अपि तु रागानुगसाधना, अपि तु नवविधभक्तिः कथं भवति इति चर्चितं तत्र पूर्वमेव। इदानीं वयं कर्मबन्धनविमुक्तिः इति, अग्रे किञ्चित् युगधर्मः, अपि तु प्रेम इति कक्षाद्वयमेव अवशिष्यते। एतस्यां प्रणाल्यां वयं एतावता आगतवन्तः। अतः बहु सन्तोषदायकम् एतत् मम कृते, भवतां कृते इत्यपि मन्ये। ओके, सो इदानीम् अद्य वयम् अंशद्वयं वर्तते, दीक्षा इति, अपि तु कथं वा दीक्षया वा नो चेत् उत्तमभक्त्या वयं विमुक्तिं, कर्मबन्धनविमुक्तिं प्राप्नुमः इति अपि चर्चयिष्यामः। किञ्चित् गभीरतया वर्तते, पश्यामः। ओके, किञ्चित् नाम कनेक्षन् वर्तते पूर्वस्यां कक्षायाम्, अतः अत्र अवलोकनं करोमि। उत्तमभक्त्याः लक्षणं किं भवति इत्युक्ते, अन्याभिलाषिता शून्यं ज्ञानकर्माद्यनावृतम् आनुकूल्येन कृष्णानुशीलनं भक्तिरुत्तमा। सो अनुशीलनं नाम कार्यं भवति, नाम चेष्टां करणीयं। हृदि भक्ति वर्तते, परन्तु तत् प्रदर्शनीयं भवति। आदौ चेष्टां कृत्वा अग्रे भक्ति नाम नाम मैनिफेस्ट् भवति हृदि, नाम उत्तमस्तरे। आदौ किञ्चित् भवेत्, नो चेत् कथं वा। अफ्कोर्स् वैदी साधनायां तु वयं शास्त्र अनुशासनेन एव कुर्मः, परन्तु किञ्चित् अपि भवेत् इष्ट, नाम रुचि वा, नाम कृष्णस्य कृते और इष्टदेवस्य कृते किञ्चित् वा इष्टः भवेत्, नो चेत् कथं वा करोति। पश्चात् शास्त्रशासनम् इति, अतः कुर्मः। अग्रे अग्रे भक्तिः नाम वर्धते, भक्ति वर्धते, अतः स्तराः भवन्ति इति वयमपि चर्चितवन्तः। ओके, देन् एतत्तु मुख्यलक्षणं भवति। अन्याभिलाषितशून्यं ज्ञानकर्माद्यनावृतं तु गौणलक्षणं, परन्तु आनुकूल्येन कृष्णानुशीलनं मुख्यलक्षणम्। अपि तु भक्ति त्रिविधा इति उक्तं, साधना, भाव, प्रेम इति। साधना साध्या भवेत्, साध्ये भाव, प्रेम इति। एतत् वयं दृष्टवन्तः पूर्वमेव। अग्रे साधना भक्ति नाम अपि किञ्चित् नाम अवलोकनं करणीयं भवति। यतोहि साधनाभक्ति नाम किम् इत्युक्ते कृतिसाध्या भवेत्, साध्यभावा सा साधना अभिधा, नित्यसिद्धस्य भावस्य प्राकट्यं कृति साध्यता। नाम कृति साध्या, कृति नाम अङ्गैः, नो चेत् वाट् इस् दिस् सेन्सस्, तेन तैः वयं कुर्मः, अङ्गैः कुर्मः, तद्भवति साधना भक्ति। किं भवेत् इत्युक्ते साध्यः भावा यया सा सा भवति साधना भक्ति। नाम सा भावस्तरे वयं गन्तव्यम्। ओके, तद् भवति नाम तद् साध्यम्, अस्माकं साध्यं। भाव अपि तु प्रेम, भाव तु प्रेमस्य नाम इनिशियल् स्टेजस् भवति। ओके, अपि तु अत्र वर्तते नित्यसिद्धस्य भावस्य, नाम भक्ति तु अलौकिकम् अस्ति। नाम कथं वा एतैः अङ्गैः वा इन्द्रियैः वा कर्तुं शक्नुमः, उत्पादयितुं शक्नुमः इत्युक्ते न शक्नुमः। केवलं तद् आविर्भूतः भवति कुत्र इत्युक्ते नित्यसिद्धस्य, नाम नित्यसिद्धस्य अन्यभक्तस्य यः उत्तमस्तरे अस्ति, तस्य तस्मात् तस्य हृदयात् वयं प्राप्नुमः सेवा, सेवोन्मुखे हि जिह्वादौ इत्यादि। सो सेवा कथं भवति, अस्माकम् एटिट्यूड् कथं भवति, तद् आधारेण तद् आविर्भूतः भवति अस्माकं हृदये। ओके, एतदेव साध्यं, प्राक्टिस्, डिवोशनल् सर्विस् इन् प्राक्टिस्, लैक् वी प्राक्टिस् टु रिमेम्बर् कृष्ण, लैक् दट्। ओके, सो कृतिभिः साध्या भवेत्, साध्यभावः यया सा, तत् साधना भक्ति भवति। साधना भक्ति अपि उत्तमा भक्त्यामेव अन्तर्भवति। यतोहि नाम उत्तमभक्ति नाम चिन्तयामः, ओ इट्स् अ प्यूर् डिवोशनल् सर्विस्, I should not have any other desire, right? But this is sadhana bhakti is a practice with that goal in mind. No, like it's Srila Prabhupada compares that as raw mango and ripe mango. Raw mango, in matter of time, it becomes ripe mango, but that's also a mango. So like that, the goal is fixed that we need to get a pure devotional service. But right now we are practicing, then that also becomes part of the Uttama Bhakti. Okay, that's the example Jiva Goswami has given, that कृत्याः तदन्तर्भावः नाम उत्तमभक्त्याः अन्तर्भावः वर्तते। यतोहि पूर्वक्रियायाः यज्ञान्तर्भाव वर्तते इति कारणेन। यतोहि आचमनम् एतत् करणीयं खलु यज्ञार्थं, तत्सर्वे पूर्वक्रिया सर्वाः पूर्वक्रियाः यज्ञे एव भावः भवन्ति। तद् अकृत्वा कथं वा यज्ञं कुर्मः। अतः the path leading to the yajna is also part of yajna essentially. So the path leading to the uttama bhakti, the highest stage sadhya bhava bhakti or prema bhakti, also is part of the uttama bhakti. Okay, so we also discussed about bhakti pragati kramaha, shraddha sadhusanga bhajana kriya anartha nivriti nishta ruchi asakti bhava prema. So bhava is a borderline between साधना भक्ति एंड प्रेम भक्ति. सो साधना भक्ति कियत् पर्यन्तं भवति इत्युक्ते भाव पर्यन्तं साधना भक्ति भवति, पश्चात् साध्य भक्ति, भाव प्रेम साध्य भक्ति. So bhava is in both, it's like in the middle. We cannot call it fully manifested prema, we cannot call it practice, because there is some feelings coming all together in this stage. Okay, so now this is where we will now bridge to the current session. Okay, so bhakti pragati krame vayam लक्षणानि अपि नाम किं भवति इति अपि चर्चितं. नाम श्रद्धा इति स्तरे वयं साधुसङ्गात् वयं जानीमः, शास्त्रश्रवणात् किञ्चित् श्रद्धा भवति, ओ एतत् करणीयम्, एतत् उचितं वर्तते, भोगं किञ्चित् भोगप्रपञ्चे कोऽपि रुचि नास्ति, किमपि नास्ति तत्र, एतत् किमपि अन्यत् वदन्तः सन्ति, मम अपि किञ्चित् प्रयत्नं करोमि, किं भवति इति पश्यामि इति श्रद्धा भविष्यति. अपि तु जन्म जन्मान्तरे एतद् अग्रे भविष्यति इति अपि उक्तम्. अपि तु किञ्चित् तदर्थे शास्त्रं श्रुत्वा तदर्थे नाम शास्त्रे यत् अर्थान् उक्तान् तद्विषये विश्वासः भवति। अपि तु अर्थः नाम प्रयोजनं भवति, नाम प्रयोजनं नाम भक्ति एव प्रेम एव प्रयोजनम् इति भक्तिशास्त्राः वदन्ति, शास्त्राणि वदन्ति। अपि तु अर्थः नाम व्या वा वाट् इस् इट् वाच्यार्थः स्वीकुर्मश्चेत् केवलं मीनिङ्ग्, शास्त्रं किं वदति तस्मिन् अस्माकं विश्वासः भवति श्रद्धास्तरे। अग्रे साधुसङ्ग इति विषये वयं जानीमः, नाम कथं वा करणीयं, ये पद्धति भक्ति नाम कथं करणीयं, किं करणीयम् इति सर्वं जानीमः। अपराधाः के भवन्ति, कथं वा वर्जयित्वा अपराधान् वर्जयित्वा करणीयं, क्लेशाः भवन्ति जीवने, बन्धुजनाः सविधे, जनानां सविधे इत्यपि बहु नाम सन्देहाः भवन्ति। अतः साधुसङ्ग बहु प्रामुख्यता वर्तते अत्र, नाम नाम सन्देहपरिहरणार्थम् इत्यादि। सो तत्र वयं साधुसङ्गे वयं जानीमः, नाम अग्रे सुष्ठु भक्त्यां प्रवर्तना भवेत् चेत् गुरुः अपेक्षितम् इति, गुरुः अपेक्षितं। यतोहि गुरोः वाट् इस् ए संविदे वा गुरोः सकाशात् एव एतत् रियलैस् भवति, नालेज्। अपि तु पूर्वमेव उक्तम् आसीत्, नाम भक्तौ कस्यापि अधिकारः केनापि भवितुम् अर्हति, नाम जीवजन्तु वा कोऽपि, नाम रिक्वैर्मेण्ट् एव नास्ति, नृमार्थं मात्रम् इति उक्तम् आसीत्, नाम केवलं नरः एव भवेत्। तत्तु अन्य, नाम to enter into bhakti everybody is eligible, but then one who is serious, especially in uttama bhakti, one has to practice, then there is a process. So, and we already know, like in every system, this point is there, taking shelter of a spiritual master, and it's a symptom of surrender. So even Krishna Balaram, they have also have accepted a spiritual master. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted spiritual master in every form. Vamana Deva, any form, Lord himself demonstrated example of accepting a spiritual master. So that's a system. This is Krishna's system. We also see in a practical thing, right? Like for example, I want to become a doctor. I can study books and read something on my own, or maybe attend some classes and try to practice. But can I become an official doctor until I register a particular college and I get certified and I get training? Everything, right? I cannot do it. So there's a system for everything. Okay, and in any field of education, we need a teacher, we need a mentor who can guide us, and who is overseeing the whole process. So that's the step actually. So in bhajana kriya iti stare vayam janimah guroh pramukyata kim iti. No, tatra ataha what is say chatushrashtani angani uttamasit वर्तते खलु, तत्र प्रथम पञ्च अङ्गानि, पञ्चानि अङ्गानि गुरुविषये एव वर्तन्ते। आदौ तु गुरुपादाश्रयः, एतत् टेकिंग शेल्टर ऑफ द लोटस फीट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर। कृष्ण दीक्षादि शिक्षणं, नाम दीक्षा स्वीकर्तव्या, अपि तु शिक्षा तदन्तर्भावे शिक्षा अपि स्वीकर्तव्या। अपि तु गुरुः त्रिविधाः वर्तन्ते। एतत् स्लैड् मध्ये न योजितवती, इदानीमेव स्मृतवती। एकः गुरुः तु वर्त्म प्रदर्शकः गुरु इति वर्तते। वर्त्म नाम पात्, प्रदर्शक नाम दर्शयति, गुरुः। The guru who shows us the path, that becomes he or she becomes a vartma pradarshaka guru. Pradarshaka guru. And the next bhavati shiksha guru. Like, we can get siksha even before commitment of, surrender with a Dīkṣā, with a particular guru. We can get knowledge about the whole process from many people. We need not have one siksha guru, many people. We can learn from so many people. right? This becomes Shiksha Guru, who give us instruction, extra instruction. But main connection is with the Dīkṣā Guru, who actually takes responsibility to take us back to the spiritual world. And he, at the moment of initiation, he takes our karma. And he or she is the one who gives us the mantra, japa. Like that, so that there is one guru who becomes a Diksha Guru. There could be many Shiksha Gurus, and there is probably one or two Vartma Pradarshaka Guravaha. Okay, like that. So receiving initiation and instruction to perform bhakti. Vishambhena Guroha Seva. So with confidence we serve the Guru. Because Sevayam eva vayam realize kurmaha. No chet etat sarvam jnanam eva avashishyate. Parantu what to say aparoksha jnanam nama realized knowledge bhavet iti chet seva eva tad avirbhuta tasyaha eva तेन तया एव आविर्भूतः भवति रियलैस् नॉलेज रियलैस् भवति सेवा एव कृपा भवति सेवायां कृपां प्राप्तुं शक्नुमः अतः अपि तु नेक्स्ट साधु वर्त्मानुवर्तनम following the path of the pure devotees. So we learn about other acharyas and everybody how they proceeded further, and then we understand how to conduct as a life as a devotee. Then sadharma prucha. So gurum vayam pruchamaha nama sandeha किमपि भवति चेत् अग्रे किं भवेत् किं करणीयं कथं वा रागानुग भक्तिस्तरात् प्राप्तव्यं okay that पर्यन्तं प्राप्तव्यं गन्तव्यम् इति एतत् सर्वं प्रष्टुं शक्नुमः okay so then as अत्र साधु संगे वयं जानीमः गुरु आवश्यकम् इति अतः एषः श्लोकः वर्तते वदतु नरसिंह
तस्माद् गुरुं प्रपद्येत जिज्ञासुश्रेय उत्तमम् शाब्दे परेत निष्णातं ब्रह्मण्युपशमाश्रयम्
तस्मात् नाम therefore गुरुं प्रपद्येत नाम सरेण्डर् जिज्ञासु यः कोऽपि जिज्ञासुः अस्ति उत्तमं श्रेयः श्रेयः काङ्क्षति सः गुरुं प्रपद्येत तेन गुरुं प्रपद्येत he has to surrender okay then कः कीदृश गुरु इत्युक्ते शाब्दे ब्रह्मणि अत्र ब्रह्मणि इति उभयत्र वर्तते शाब्दे ब्रह्मणि नाम vedic knowledge vedic vedas and the purports of the vedas and the shastras निष्णातं शाब्दे ब्रह्मणि निष्णातं अपि तु परे ब्रह्मणि निष्णातं कः भवेत् परे ब्रह्मणि नाम realized knowledge the supreme brahman like the realized knowledge of Krishna, who is he, everything, what is the where is he, where does he live, and what are his pastimes, all these things you should have realized. Okay, you should have theoretical knowledge of all the scriptures, and you should have the realized knowledge. Nishnatam nama expert, dakshaha. Apitu upashamashrayam. Upashamashrayam nama shama nama एतद् भवति खलु कामक्रोधादि what is this न वशीभूतः भवेत् सा so all this kama krodha lobha moha mada matsaryaः त्यक्ताः भवेत् सः अतः क्षमा नाम क्षमा दमा इति वर्तते खलु it's a way to tolerate tolerate all these things right that like that okay krodha lobhadi avashibhutam सः avashibhutah tam okay उपशमः आश्रयः यस्य सः tam iti bhavati so this is a little bit what is the qualification of a guru but anyway we are not at a stage to practically apply this step of taking guru so we don't want to focus more on what's the qualification of guru but we'll discuss on the process what happens actually that's what we'll focus on okay then so that is what Dīkṣā so now idanim vayam kinchit sprishamah Dīkṣā nama kim ka bhavati iti okay Maharati patatu
दिव्यं ज्ञानं यतो दद्यात् कुर्यात् पापस्य संक्षयं तस्मात् दीक्ष्येति सा प्रोक्ता देशिकैस्तत्त्वकोविदैः।
सो दीक्षा नाम डेफिनिशन अत्र वर्तते. दीक्षा नाम यतः यतः दिव्यं ज्ञानं प्राप्नुमः, डिवैन् नालेज् प्राप्नुमः, अपि तु पापस्य संक्षयं भवति. संक्षयं नाम क्षय नाम नाशः, पापस्य सम्यक्तया नाशः भवति दीक्षया. ओके, सो ज्ञानं लभते, प्राप्नुमः, अपि तु पापस्य नाशः अपि भवति. अतः एतद् कर्मबन्धन विमुक्ते सम्बन्धः वर्तते अत्र. ओके, तस्मात् दीक्ष्येति सा प्रोक्ता देशिकैः नाम गुरवः, तत्त्वकोविदैः, तत्त्वे यः निष्णाताः तैः वयं जानीमः. दीक्षा नाम दिव्यं ज्ञानं प्राप्नुमः दीक्षया, अपि तु पापस्य नाशं भवति इति. ओके, नरसिंह किमपि प्रष्टव्यं वा?
थियरिटिकल् नाम
थियरिटिकल् नाम सि वयं जानीमः. ओके, भवान् कः अस्ति? शरीरं वा जीवः वा नाम सोल् वा?
सोल्.
Soul. But this is a knowledge you know theoretically. But are you always acting in the platform of soul? No, sometimes you try to, enjoy with the body, correct? You want to feed the body sometimes. No? So that is the difference. So to completely realize that we are the soul, that is the whole process of self-realization. To realize that we are the soul. That's a whole process. It's a journey. It takes many lifetimes. Okay. Avagatam, Narsima? Okay. So initially we hear from the Shastras how to act. Then when we act on that platform, that's when it's called realized knowledge. Okay, even for a moment, if somebody doesn't think he's the body, he acts always in the spiritual platform. Acting in the spiritual platform means what? No, what is the spirit? What is the soul's constitutional position? Jivera Swarupahe Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. So always, every minute, if we are acting that we are Krishna's servant, even if somebody scolds us, even if somebody offends us, we always, that's what we'll discuss actually, how to handle the distress in the world. If we can remember Krishna in every moment and act in that relationship, then we are self-realized. That's a journey. Okay. Then, so the chitram, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada, Prabhupadaha, Srila Prabhupadam Prati Dīkṣā dadati tatra dadati. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ISKCON संस्थापक आचार्यः अस्ति. ओके, अन्यथा अपि उक्तमस्ति, दीयते विमलं ज्ञानं क्षीयते कर्म वासना. एवमेव नाम एतदेव अर्थः समानं, परन्तु अन्यथा उक्तं, दीयते विमलं ज्ञानं नाम शुद्धं ज्ञानं प्राप्नुमः, अपि तु कर्मवासनां वयं त्यजामः, नाशं भवति, कर्मवासनायाः नाशः भवति. ओके, अपि तु दीक्षा नाम प्रथम अक्षर दा भवति खलु, तत् डुदायि दाने, अतः दीयते. अपि तुक्षा इति भवति कस्य, ओके, क्षीक्षये इति धातोः वर्तते, क्षीक्षये क्षीयते, अतः दीक्षा इति वर्तते एटिमोलॉजी. ओके, इदानीं वयं जानीमः दीक्षया किं नाम, किं प्राप्नुमः, कथं वा करणीयम् इति. ओके, दीक्षा विधानेन द्विजत्वं जायते नृणाम् इति उक्तं वर्तते. नाम द्विजत्वं प्राप्नुमः, यः कोऽपि भवेत् आदौ, नाम तस्य स्त्री वा नाम तस्य जाति जन्म जातिः किमपि भवेत्, परन्तु सः दीक्षापर्यन्तम् आगच्छति चेत्, दीक्षामपि स्वीकरोति चेत्, सः द्विज इव Dvijayate. Dvija iva acharate. Nama, actually, there are two types of Diksha. I will discuss that also later. There is Harinam Diksha and Mantra Diksha. So Harinam Diksha, where Guru chants on the beats, one round of the beats, each beat he chants Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and he gives the beats for us to chant. And we take a promise during Diksha that we will chant minimum 16 rounds every day. And we also follow four regulative principles: no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. That's the only thing requirement. Disciple is taking the promise that he's going to follow this, and spiritual master is also taking the promise at that time. He is a sincere seeker. I am going to take a promise to take him to the spiritual world. Okay, so that is like a official kind of a, not a contract, but officially the relationship is recognized, and officially the student is part of now Krishna's family. That's why the name related to Krishna is given, some boy dasa or dasi, but we are officially now, this is called initiation. It's a beginning. Okay, this is not end of it, this is a beginning, because the guru has chanted in the beats and the karma is also put on hold. The disciple gets a clean slate to practice bhakti as optimally as possible, so he can make progress. No, that's the main thing actually here. Okay, then harer diksha sarva dukkha vimochini. So दीक्षया किं भवति इत्युक्ते सर्वदुःखविमोचिनी भवति, नाम तत्रैव भवति एतद् कर्मबन्धनविमुक्तिः कथं भवति इत्युक्ते पापस्य संक्षयं भवति, कर्मवासनाः अपि क्षीयन्ते, अपि तु दुःखानि अपि विमोचयन्ति. ओके, तत् अतः दीक्षा, हरेर् दीक्षा. ओके, विविधा वर्तते, हरिनामदीक्षा, मन्त्रदीक्षा. मन्त्रदीक्षा किं भवति इत्युक्ते, सो आदौ हरिनामदीक्षा. So Harinama Diksha Nama, then when the disciple follows chanting 16 rounds, etohi Krishnasya Nama Naminoho Abhinnatvam Vartate. Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. So Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. Namaha Nama Hare Krishna, Krishna Nama. Naminaha Nama Yam Vayam Suchayamaha Namna. So Saha Bhavati Krishna, the Nama Vigraha, Purushaha, Adi Purushaha va Parabrahma. So Abhinnatvam Vartate. Krishnasya Krishna Namnaha. Ataha बहु नाम पोटेन्सी वर्तते, कृष्णस्य जपां कुर्मः, नाम जपां कुर्मश्चेत् शुद्धता वर्तते. अतः सः अग्रे नाम what is this mode of goodness, सात्विक गुणे सः स्थिरः भवति अग्रे. So initially he may be in mode of passion, ignorance, disturbed, and so much, karmic reactions, everything. But then when starts chanting the japa, nama japa, slowly, all the reactions are going away, and he becomes very come to the mode of goodness. And also he's going to follow the Vaishnava diet of no meat eating, and also no onion garlic, and mode of goodness diet, and the lifestyle also will be in the mode of goodness. So slowly it comes to the mode of goodness. Then the guru recognizes the disciple that he is ready now to worship the deity. So then he gives a mantra diksha. In this mantra diksha, we have like a special, special mantras. First mantra is of course the normal Brahma Gayatri, but rest of the mantras are specific to Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. So then that by that mantra diksha 3 times karaniyam bhavati dine. Then he slowly getting into the now the Krishna's realm actually, and also he is eligible now to worship the deity, touch the deity, bathe the deity like that, and in the temples or anywhere at home. Also he now can actually give discourses, like in the sense he can study deeply because now he's in the mode of goodness, and give discourses in temple or anywhere. So it's like a kind of levels. So actually it is said that the actual Diksha is the Mantra Diksha. This is just a beginning, because we are inviting people from all folks of life into the movement. So we need a process by which they can cleanse themselves to come to the mode of goodness. So that's why this is for everybody. And then Guru, specifically when he sees the progress of the disciple, at certain point he says, okay, now I'm going to give you the Gayatri mantra. Then he will give the mantra. That is between Guru and disciple again. Okay, so that's, I think, Etavata. Okay. Any
This
prashna hava? Vadatu, Nasi.
discourses means what in lectures?
Lectures. Okay.
Harinam Diksha, Mantra Diksha, they can give in same time.
Yeah, you can give.
But
Sometimes,
how? But
yeah, sometimes Guru, if he sees that, especially for children, they do like that. If the child is grown up in a devotee family and is already in the mode of goodness, then they give together. Or somebody who's very old and maybe they don't have enough, enough years to live. Then if the Guru thinks he's qualified, they will give both Dikshas at the same time, like that.
if
And
he's
for
not
some,
qualified,
huh?
if he's not qualified, the next life.
No, next life. Why? You have whole life. Harinam Diksha, you get it maybe 20 years or something. Rest, you keep practicing. After 2, 3 years, you'll come to the mode of goodness. Then you'll get a mantra Diksha. Okay. You have long life, right, Nasima? But somebody
Yeah.
who is taking up at 60 years, and suppose, the Guru has an inclination that he may not live longer, and if he feels he's in the mode of goodness, then he may give both Dikshas at the same time.
But if he's in that age also and he's not like ready, then he cannot give.
Yeah, he cannot give, though no problem. Actually, it's said that just by Harinam Diksha, that's good enough to go to spiritual world. But main thing is we need a guru to get prema. Mantra Diksha is extra support. Okay. So, but if most likely, if we get it, that's good because then we can worship deities. We don't get it also, worst case, there's no problem. Okay.
It makes more easy. It's more easy.
You get more power. It's like, booster. You get more power because you're chanting more mantras. These are more purifying. Okay.
You
Okay.
have it.
Yeah, we got both Dikshas. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Diksha Nama, some किञ्चित् आङ्ग्लभाषायां वर्तते अत्र पठिष्यामः कोऽपि पठितुं शक्नोति मारुति पठतु
Service in Krishna consciousness is, however, best practiced under the able guidance of a spiritual master who is a bona fide representative of Krishna, who knows the nature of a student and who can guide him to act in Krishna consciousness. As such, to be well versed in Krishna consciousness, one has to act firmly and obey the representative of Krishna, and one should accept the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in life. Bhagavad Gita 2.51 purport.
Srila Prabhupada uktam atra. So the thing is, spiritual master is very expert, and knowing the nature of the student, he guides them how to act. Of course, the basic principles are same. Everybody chants 16 rounds and follow regulative principles, but the specific service based on the nature of the disciple will be given. For example, I'll give you our example. So me and my husband got initiation at the same time. Then, so actually, even before we got initiation, I started taking shelter of my spiritual master first, and I went to Vrindavan trip first time, and then I was not even engaged or married at that time. So I remember the very vividly the scene. So somehow I was standing in one corner, and Maharaj's car was going. He was leaving that place and going. So, and I was leaving Vrindavan next day to come back to my home. But somehow, I don't know, it's all Krishna's mercy. I was just standing there. So usually Maharaj, what he does when he's passing by, suppose he feels he wants to talk, then he pauses the car and he lowers the window and he talks. So somehow he paused like that and he was speaking. Then I was telling Maharaj, I had a wonderful trip. That time only I took shelter of Maharaj. So officially our relationship began. So I told, I will I'm leaving tomorrow. Thank you so much for all your mercy and guidance. And then I asked, any instructions, any specific instructions. Then he said, yeah, you try to read at least half an hour to 1 hour every day, he said. First of all, he told, improve your quality of japa. He said, improve your quality of japa, because everything comes from the japa. And next he said, try to read half an hour to 1 hour every day. Because the Shastra knowledge will protect you from Maya, so it will never disturb you. Every day, I know you are very busy, you have to work and everything. So at least try. He said, for initially he told read, then he told try to read, he told. So that I try to focus throughout my journey so far, and it helped me a lot. And later, when my husband took shelter of same Guru Maharaj, then he wrote in an email to Maharaj, I want to take shelter of you. Then Maharaj replied in an email, and he told him that, by the time Maharaj knows, he only arranged our marriage, like me and my husband's, that we are going to get married. So he knows that. So Maharaj gave him 3 instructions. First, he told, chant attentively. Next, he told, render service. And third, he told, take care of your would-be wife, Pranati. That's what he told. 3 instructions. That's why I tease my husband, whenever, I feel we are not going in good terms, or we are fighting, I keep telling, this is your main instruction, you should follow. So like that, so for me, the emphasis was on studying, whereas for my husband, the emphasis was on service. And that's what we have seen unfolded in our lives also. I'm more inclined to studying and teaching, and he's more inclined to service. So that's what we are right now also doing. So that's why, they know exactly the nature of the disciple, and they give some instruction. And if the disciple is sincere and takes that instruction as one's mission in life, that's all is needed actually, the will become perfect. Okay. Next one, Nasim Patatu. Mm.
One takes to spiritual life under the direction of Narada Muni, or his respect, or his representative, and thus engages himself in the service of Lord, the Lord. His qualities himself, uh, he qualifies himself to see the Lord face to face.
Ah.
Like it is P 1650 purport. Close.
Okay. So the main thing is, if you take one instruction of spiritual master and dedicate himself, then one qualifies to see the Lord face to face. And this is called actually very important characteristic called Guru Nishtha. Guru Nishtha is a very important principle for making advancement in spiritual life. And that we have seen all through in our parampara. For example, Srila Prabhupada dedicated his life to fulfill the order of his spiritual master to preach in the Western world. And similarly, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also dedicated to his spiritual master's instructions. Like our Guru Maharaj also, he got instruction that from his spiritual master saying, preach boldly, have faith in the holy names. So he kind of centered his whole life around that in main instruction. So it gives us so much guidance and light. And for us also, we received the instruction that we have to make our children scholars and preachers. So because of that, I studied Sanskrit, I did MA and all those things, So somehow, we get a proper focus and path, specific path, exactly tailored to our life, our nature, and our propensities, everything by the spiritual master. And if we sincerely follow, we'll make amazing progress. So that's why spiritual master, one person who is overseeing our life, and who is taking a personal responsibility for our spiritual life, is the Guru. Okay, so idanim vayam agre gamishyamah katam va vimuktim prapnumaha iti. So idanim vayam karma bandhana vimuktihi iti शीर्षकः अस्ति खलु, तस्मिन् विषये किञ्चित् चर्चयिष्यामः. कर्म नाम कः भवति, किं भवति इति. सो कर्म नाम साधारणतया यद्वयं कुर्मः तदपि कर्म इति कर्म इति वदामः, वक्ष्यामः, आक्षन् भवति. नो चेत् यत् फलम् अनुभवामः तदपि कर्म भवति, रियाक्षन्. कदाचित् वदामः खलु, ओ मम कर्म प्रारब्धकर्म एवमस्ति, अतः एवं सम्भूतम् इति, अतः. सो परन्तु एवं करोमि इति अपि वयं वदामः, परन्तु अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे कर्म नाम रियाक्षन् इत्येव चिन्तयामः. ओके, एतत् कर्म अनादिसिद्धमस्ति, नाम अनादितः वयं नाम भ्रमन्तः सन्ति खलु अत्र एव. भ्रमन्तः स्मः खलु एतद् चक्रे जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि इति संसारचक्रे अतः अनादितः वयं कर्म सञ्चयि सञ्चितवन्तः ओके कलेक्ट् कृतवन्तः अपि तु अनन्तम् अनलिमिटेड् अस्ति कर्म सो कथं वा कर्म बन्धन विमुक्तिः इति बहु नाम very difficult task actually, no? So if somebody gives us a solution, do this, you will get free of karma. It's a very amazing achievement, to even get that knowledge. Okay, karma eva samsara chakre भ्रमणस्य हेतुः वयं जानीमः वयं पुण्यकर्म कुर्मश्चेदपि तद् अनुभोक्तव्यः भवति नाम अग्रे स्वर्गलोके वा गत्वा तद् एन्जाय् करणीयं भवति पापकर्म कुर्मश्चेदपि तद् अनुभोक्तव्यः भवति नाम कोऽपि अस्मान् अपि पीडयति नो चेत् पाताललोक अधोलोक लोकान् गत्वा वयं अनुभवामः पीडाम्. So atah this nobody can escape the cycle of karma actually. And who is making note of all the activities? Smrati Narsima, can you tell?
Yamaraja.
Yamaraja and his assistant. Who is his
Chitragupta.
assistant? Chitragupta. So every tiny detail they are making note. And my husband was listening to Garuda Purana and he was telling there are some 60 witnesses. So even if we feel we can escape Chitragupta, all over the universe, there are 60 witnesses who see everything, what we are thinking, what we are doing,
60,000.
everything. 60,000 va? Okay. Okay. Na jane. Okay. So they keep track of everything. And when the body dies and the soul is taken to Yamaloka, all the 60 witnesses come and tell Yamaraj what we have done. So nobody can escape. So atah eva, bahavaha jeevarashaya santi, 8,400,000 species of life, not just human, different types of lives. We are just passing, and in, happiness and enjoyment, distress. So, एषः श्लोकः अपि अति उत्तमः श्लोकः उत्तमः अस्ति. भार्गवी भगिनी पठतु.
येन यत्रैव भोक्तव्यं सुखं वा दुःखमेव वा स तत्र बुद्ध्वा रज्वेव बलाद्दैवेन नियते.
बद्ध्वा. So, येन यत्र भोक्तव्यम् अनुभोक्तव्यं सुखं वा दुःखं वा सः as if badva, I mean balat daivena badva rajva iva niyate. So whatever we need to experience, we are going to be forced to be in that situation to experience. We have seen practically recent example, right? When that London flight got crashed. Like we always wonder how come all these people, one person, one family, I think many of you would have seen. This is like his wife passed away recently out of cancer, and she was from Gujarat, I think, and she wanted her ashes to be, merged in the river in Gujarat. So husband left his children there in London. He took a flight only for 15 days. He came and he finished the work of the wife, and he's going back in the same flight. And that flight had a crash. Nobody knows suddenly, why he has to take that flight. Everybody feels sorry. Oh, Krishna, just now, recently, his wife passed away. Now, husband passed away. Now, the kids are alone. They don't even know that father is not coming back. Why it has to happen like that? And then, other person, there is one family who, for a long time, they were separate. But then,
Oh, what happened? What happened to their sons? How old are they?
yeah, we don't know. I think one daughter, one son. I don't know. That's why somebody was raising money to take care of them. Somebody must be taking care. Then there was another family where the husband was a doctor and the wife was staying here with children. And now he settled everything nicely. He wanted the family to come back and stay with him in London. So he came and all the family joyfully were taking photos in the flight, saying, okay, now our desires are fulfilled. We are going to go to London and settle there. And they took a photo before they boarded the flight, just before the took off the flight, and that's it. And the whole family perished. But whereas there is another girl who actually, due to being late, she missed the flight. 10 minutes she missed the flight. And she was regretting, oh, I missed the flight. But she got saved from death. So how, when we think about all the situations, like somebody has to go through, somebody doesn't have to go through, the only reason we can give is that everybody has their own karma to experience. Nobody has
But
to be blamed.
one more person didn't die in the flight when he fell down.
Yeah, and in the whole flight, everybody died except one person survived. So what is that?
It was only
Why?
Bhagavad
What?
Gita.
We don't know. Okay. Uh, so like that, we don't know. Sorry, we know that karma is the only root cause for all this. Anything we find in the world we cannot answer. The only answer is karma. That's it. Okay. Agre api padatu Seema Bhagini patatu.
यथा धेनु सहस्रेषु वत्सो वन्दति मातरं तथा पूर्वकृतं कर्म कर्तारम् अनुगच्छति.
धेनु सहस्रेषु वत्सः विन्दति नाम प्राप्नोति मातरम्. Imagine there are many thousands of cows, and somewhere the calf was far from the mother, but the calf will come and find its own mother. It doesn't get confused, which mother is my mother. So like that, purvakritam karma kartaram anugacchati. So it knows how to find the person who did that action. Okay, so it cannot escape. If something we are experiencing means we have done that previously to somebody, and we are meant to go through. So there is no other reason for that. Okay, of course there is other devotional angle to this. We'll come to that in a minute. Okay. So karma bedaha ityapi vaktum shaknumaha. Oh, this very important slide. See, first is one thing is anaditaha vayam brahmanta asma kalu. Ataha sanchita karma. Nama collected karma bhavati. Bahavaha grains. Karma iti grains iti swikarotu. So bahavaha, some are ready, open, but some are packed, kept tight, to be experienced in future. Okay, yet sangrihitam asti agamishu janmasu anubhoktavyam bhavati. Then next one is prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma nama yat vayam anubhavanta sma. Nama durjatihi. Asmin jivane jatihi prapnumaha kalu. Nama स्त्री वा शूद्र वा ब्राह्मण वा वैश्य वा जातिः भवति खलु. कस्यापि दुर्जातिः भवति. रोगाः वा शरीर अवयवाः नाम ब्यूटिफुल् भवेत् वा न भवेत् वा एतत् सर्वं भवति खलु. कस्य somebody is very tall, somebody is very short, somebody is very fat. All these things are what is decided at the moment of birth. Okay, dhana vidya rahitatvam, and somebody doesn't have wealth when he's born. Somebody is born in Africa without any water, without any food. Somebody is born in a rich opulent palace, and somebody has knowledge, somebody education, somebody doesn't have. Priyajana maranam, somebody has to go through the pain of separation from our loved ones. All these things are set to be experienced in this life. So essentially what happens is, from the sanchita karmanaha kinchit bhagam svikritya janma nishchayam bhavati. Nama kutra bhavet janma, कस्मिन् प्रदेशे भवेत्, कीदृश अवयवाः भवेत्, एतत् सर्वं निश्चित्वा किञ्चित् कर्म नाम अपहर्तुं प्रयत्नं करोति. नाम दैव means they want to exhaust little bit of that karma. So because we cannot experience all this karma at once, that's too much for the soul. So that's why little bit of this portion is taken and is given in form of current life. So it's already set in this life, what all we are going to experience actually. It's already set. One's birth and one's death is already decided. That's what they told. How many shwasas we take, it's already decided. Narasimha vadatu.
But this all this sanchita karma, so much that all becomes in whole when you take initiation.
Yeah, I will tell. Okay. Next one is kriyamana karma. So kriyamana karma nama idanim vayam asmin jivane kimapi bijan vayam sthapayamaschet tad agre that will come and back to this accumulated karma again. So then later we have to bhavishyat kale tat phalam anubhoktavyam. Kadachit asmin jivane eva anubhoktavyam bhavati. Nama, parantu sometimes, even if we feel like, oh, I did this mistake, nothing happened to me. If we feel, don't worry, we will experience in future, basically. Okay. So as Nasima said, Dīkṣaya kim bhavati ityukte, first of all, Sanchita karma will be on hold. It will be on hold. Okay. And so actually it's on hold, or it could be it's exhausted also, we can say, because of the power of the guru. It is said that the guru takes the karma, so it's completely wiped out. That's also there. And because we have this body, and the prarabdha karma is the result, because of the prarabdha karma we got this body, we still have this, and that also changes, because as I said, vijatvam jayate iti. So jatihi jatyaha parinamah bhavati. अतः किंचित प्रारब्ध कर्मणः नाशः अपि भवति, परन्तु आधिक्यतया प्रारब्धकर्मः इतोपि वर्तते, अनुभोक्तव्यं वर्तते अस्मिन् जन्मनि एव. तदपि कथं वा नाशयितुं शक्नुमः इत्यपि वदामि अग्रे. क्रियमाणकर्म अपि न भवति, यतोहि सः जीवन्मुक्तः भवति. तदपि अग्रे चर्चयिष्यामः किञ्चित्. अवगतं खलु दीक्षा किं भवति इत्युक्ते? ओके,
किमपि कर्म न भवति.
No, I told, right, prarabdha karma will be there, because prarabdha karma, prarabdha karma is already set into motion. As soon as we took birth, it's already decided, okay, he has to experience all these things. So it's already set into motion. So that one is very difficult. Only the jati part is erased, but the rest of the things what we need to experience are still going to come. But what happens to that, I'm going to discuss later. And then kriyamana karma, what we are going to do, even though as a devotee, we have to do certain actions. So then we may generate karma. So what will happen to that? Are we going to create new seeds? We'll discuss. But the sanchita karma is either wiped out or is put on hold effectively. Okay. It's clear, right? Okay. So now let's see how the Uttama Bhakti will help in karma bandhana vimukti. Okay.
Means
So
nothing goes fully. Nothing gets fully erased.
Krishna. Narsima, this is a big pile I told. It either gets hold or it gets erased. Okay? That means hold means if at all you fall from the path and you start doing bad things, again it will start applying to you.
Guru brings back courage, he will not leave you to go somewhere else.
That's also there. But if you are purposefully violating Guru's instruction, okay, if you are not sincere, Guru will take responsibility, take you back to life, back to spiritual world, life after life. But purposefully, if you are violating his instruction and you're not sincere, then he is not obliged to help you anymore. Ageta, Artha as long as we are sincerely trying, and even if they're accidental faults, it's okay. Because of our past conditioning, let's say we are habituated to eating maybe onion garlic or tea coffee. And now we understand, oh, we are not supposed to drink tea coffee, and we take vow for initiation, everything. But suddenly when we meet our old family members in our parents' family, they're giving tea. And we get a strong desire to drink, and we are not able to control, and we remember, oh Krishna, I should not be drinking, but still somehow we end up drinking. But he regrets afterwards, oh, I should not be doing, and then he regrets sincerely, and is sincere basically. Then that's okay. That mistake is forgiven. Krishna also says, Api chetsu duracharo vadatu, Marati.
Api chetsu duracharo bhajate mamananyabhaga sadhureva samantavya samyak vivasito hi saha.
Okay, see, duracharah karoti chetapi sadhureva mantavyam iti Krishna vadati. Tam sadhu iva eva janimah. Yatohi saha kim bhavati sadhureva mantavyam. Next.
Samyak
vyavasito hi sari. He is samyaktaya sthitah asti bhaktau. Ataha, the potency of bhakti will erase that accidental faults gradually. So the potency of bhakti is so much that even though he does accidental faults, Krishna himself is saying, Consider him a sadhu because he's fixed in determination in the devotional service. But he is not using that as an excuse to do bad things and then go, oh Krishna, I will chant Hare Krishna. That is one of the nama aparad. Like, oh, bhakti now has a potency to clear all bad things. So I keep doing bad things and I go chant Hare Krishna. Then there is no potency because that's nama aparad. Then the holy name will not give the result. So that's why sincerity is the one which affects us, which actually determines how much karma will go, how much karma is needed, how much karma will not go. Okay, but the principle is there. Okay, so अपि तु उत्तमभक्तेः लक्षणानि क्लेशग्नि शुभदा मोक्षलघुता कृत् सुदुर्लभा सान्द्रानन्दविशेषात्मा श्रीकृष्णाकर्षिणी च सा. सो अत्र वयं पूर्वमेव दृष्टवन्तः. सो साधनास्तरे एव क्लेशग्नि भवति, शुभदा अपि भवति. अग्रे किं किं भवति इति चर्चितवन्तः. परन्तु अस्माकम् इदानीं क्लेशग्नि इति विषये किञ्चित् गभीरतया पश्यामः. यतोहि तदेव कर्मबन्धनविमुक्तिः भवति. ओके, अपि तु क्लेशग्नि साधना अपि उत्तमभक्त्याः अङ्ग इव जानीमः. यतोहि it's a devotional service in practice with the goal being sadhya. Okay, so that's why the lakshanani for sadhana also apply, lakshanani for uttama bhakti also apply to sadhana bhakti, and kleshagni happens at the sadhana stage. Okay, so now we'll go detailed into what is klesha. Kleshagni nama kleshan hanti iti kleshagni kalu. Kleshaha nama ke ityukte. Okay, Maruti patatu.
क्लेशस्तु पापं तद्बीजम् अविद्या चेति ते त्रिधा अप्रारब्धं भवेत् पापं प्रारब्धं चेति तद्विधा.
Vida. Okay, so kleshaha nama papam tad bijam avidya iti trida, and again within papam aprarabdam bhavet papam prarabdam cheti tadvida. Okay, so now chart madhye stapitavati samyaktaya jnatum kleshaha nama avidya papa bijah papam. Okay, trivida bhavate kleshaha nama suffering, what we go through, the pain and suffering. So there are of three types. Okay, avidya papa bijaha nama seed of the papa and the actual reaction which we have to go through. Okay, and papam also is of two types, aprarabdha, prarabdha. That's what we discussed in karma. So it comes back to the karma concept, prarabdha karma, aprarabdha karma. Okay, so now avidya nama kim ityukte ignorance. Avidyatah eva vayam sharirah अस्माकं वयं शरीरम् इति चिन्तयामः खलु. अतः बहवः दुष्टकार्यान् कुर्मः. अविद्या तत् भवति मूलः, अविद्या एव मूला भवति. तत् बीजः नाम पापस्य बीजः दुर्वासना. So because of avidya we think, oh, actually to eating animals is good for my health. No, we think, oh, eating garlic is good because it helps in the heart disease. No, like that we understand something and then we develop the habits which are continuing from many lifetimes. Durvasanaha. That will become the bija, seed form. Then because of the seed, when the chance is there, then it becomes, we do the action. Then because of that, we have to experience the papam, reaction, karma phalam, later. Okay, because of the bijas, we do the actions which are not meant to be done, and then we sow the seeds for the karma, and then we have to experience the result. So now if you see the karya karana bhavaha evam vartate, avidyatah bijah, that bijaha santi, tatah papam bhavishyati. Okay, so the main thing, crux is that avidya. Somehow if we remove the avidya, then we can conquer the bijas will not be there. We don't have bad habits in the first place, bad desires. Then obviously we'll not sow the new papa and then we'll not get the reactions. Okay, so actually bhakti rasam sindhau बहु गभीरतया एकैकस्य कथं वा उत्तमभक्त्या नाशः भवति इति उक्तं वर्तते. एकैकस्य अप्रारब्धस्य प्रारब्धस्य बीजस्य अविद्यायाः अपि परन्तु अस्यां कक्षायां तावता न चर्चितुं शक्नुमः अग्रे कदाचित् गभीरतया पश्यामः इदानीं तु वयं केवलम् अविद्यायाः नाशः कथं भवति भक्त्या इति चिन्तयामः अग्रे गमिष्यामः ओके ओके सो अन्वय भवति क्लेशग्नि एव कर्मबन्धन विमुक्तिः so now I'm bringing the two concepts together so initially we talked about Dīkṣā there we talked about vimochani dukkha vimochani iti apitu durvasana iti gachati iti that we discussed and then but the title of the slide of the class is karma bandhana vimuktihi parantu uttama bhaktyam kleshagni iti vartate atah are they different concepts or same concepts so the point is they're same concepts kleshagni eva karma bandhana vimuktihi okay so atah agre vayam klesha vishaye eva charchayishyamah iti so I'm tying it back to the title okay so now avidyayah nasha iti chintayamah okay patatu bhargavi bagini
कृतानुयात्रा विद्याभिः हरिभक्तिरनुत्तमा अविद्यां निर्हत्याशु दावज्बालेन पन्नगीम्
निर्दहत्याशु
निर्दहत्याशु
so avidyam निर्दहत्याशु दावज्वालेन पन्नगीम् so katam va avidya nashyati ityukte कृता अनुयात्रा विद्याभिः so विद्याभिः कृता अनुयात्रा यस्याः सा so this uttama bhakti is followed by vidyabhihi all the vidyas are following the kruta anuyatra nama following anuyatra ke kaihi sorry kabhihi krutah ityukte vidyabhihi so kam anusaranti ityukte vidyam uttama bhaktyam anusaranti okay so uttama bhakti when somebody does the vidya all types of vidyas are following the bhakti so the bhakti is kind of is a source for the vidya so once you have vidya then automatically avidyam nirdahati so avidya gets removed we know we are soul we will understand what is the relationship with all the living entities we know how to relate with them so we know why people are suffering all these things we know why what is the principle of karma how to act in this world in a way that we don't get more entangled all these things automatically comes to us katam ityukte दावज्वालेन पन्नगीं यथा धवानल भवति खलु नाम फारेस्ट् फैर् वने वह्नि भवति तद् वह्न्यां कदाचित् पन्नगीं नाम सर्पः मृतः भवति okay I think I have the image सर्पः मृतः भवति because of the fire it cannot handle it gets completely dried up and burnt so similarly avidya gets burnt up fully burnt up because of the uttama bhakti and then Narsimha patatu
वासुदेवे भगवती भक्तियोगः प्रयोजितः जनयत्याशु वैराग्यम् ज्ञानं च यदहैतुकम्
जनेत्याशु वैराग्यं जनयत्याशु वैराग्यं ज्ञानं च यद् अहैतुकम् सो वासुदेवे भगवती भक्तियोगः कुर्मश्चेत् किं भवति इत्युक्ते ज्ञानं वैराग्यं च जनयति तद् सो ऑटोमेटिकली ज्ञानं भवति वैराग्यमपि भवति अतः अस्मिन् दर्शने वैराग्यस्य विषये किञ्चित् प्रत्येकतया वक्तव्यं नाम it's not about don't do this it's about do the positive thing do bhakti then automatically we lose the taste. Param drishtva nivartante. Param rasam drishtva nivartate. So automatically, because we taste the higher taste, the lower taste will fade away. So one example Srila Prabhupada gives. Let's say a son is eating mud. A child is somehow relishing the mud, the wet mud with the rainwater. He's eating. So mother wants to prevent the child from eating the mud, and he tells he's a small child, he's a 2-year-old boy, he's a terrible two, they say, right? He doesn't listen. So then mother, what she does is she makes a very nice tasty laddu. She offers to Krishna and makes the prasadam very nice tasty laddu, and she gives to the son. Son eats the laddu and then he realizes, wow, this laddu is so nice. What is this mud I'm eating? There's nothing in that. Oh, I don't want to eat this mud. Then automatically you will come and eat good things. So, like that, once we have the higher taste, then automatically we feel actually the happiness I'm experiencing in so called scratching my, enjoying the sense objects for my enjoyment is nothing. But whereas the happiness experience in bhakti, in seva of Krishna is much, much more. So, I want to invest more in that only. अपितु चेतो दर्पणमार्जनम् वदतु मारति चेतो दर्पणमार्जनम्
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहर्ताग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूर्जीवनम् आनन्दाबुधिवर्धनम्
प्रतिपदम्
प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्
सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते
सर्वात्मस्तपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्
सो श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं किं भवति एतद् श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनस्य लक्षणानि सप्तानि लक्षणानि वर्तते अत्र सप्तलक्षणानि चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं नाम हृदयात् अनर्थाः निर्गच्छन्ति अपि तु अग्रे अग्रे विद्यावधू जीवनं संकीर्तनं विद्यावध्वोः जीवनं वर्तते वधु नूतनवधू बहु वाट् इस् ए चेस्ट् भवति सा पतिं विहाय कुत्रापि अन्यत्र न गच्छति अतः श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनमेव विद्यावधोः जीवनं भवति सो संकीर्तनं कुर्मश्चेत् सो वधू अनुसरति सो संकीर्तनं पति इति विचिन्तयामश्चेत् विद्यावधू विद्या इति वधू भवति तस्यः ओके तस्य अतः सो विद्या अनुसरति like that so automatically the sankirtanam or bhakti will result in the real vidya which actually vanquishes the avidya. Okay, that's the essence. Okay, now let's talk about kriyamana karma. This is very important. So idanim vayam kurma kalu idanim janma praptavantah atah kimapi kurmah so agre tad karma punah bandha karoti va ityukte यदि वयं सर्वं ईश्वर प्रीत्यर्थं कुर्मश्चेत् तत्र कोऽपि कर्म न भवति तद् अकर्मा भवति अकर्मा इह यस्य हरेर्दास्ये कर्मणा मनसा गिरा निखिलास्वपि अवस्थासु जीवन्मुक्त स उच्यते सो इह नाम अत्र अस्मिन् जीवने अस्मिन् प्रपञ्चे यः हरेर् दास्यः करोति नाम सेवा करोति कर्मणा मनसा गिरा कर्मणा नाम actions मनसा mind गिरा with words सः निखिलासु अपि अवस्थासु सर्व सन्दर्भेषु सः यथा एव करोति एवमेव करोति चेत् सः जीवन्मुक्त एव यतोहि तस्य तोषणार्थं सः किमपि न करोति भगवतः तोषणार्थमेव करोति अतः तस्य कोऽपि कर्म एव न भवति यतोहि एग्जाम्पल् ददामि चेत् सोल्जर् भवति खलु वार् मध्ये सः गत्वा सर्वान् मारयति परन्तु तस्य अवार्ड् ददति खलु अवार्ड् प्राप्नोति ओ राजवीर वाट् इस् दिस् चक्र दिस् चक्र दट् चक्र he gets award right why
karma?
Yeah, there is no karma because he is acting on the behalf of the nation. Nation is sanctioning him to do that work. Understand? So he is awarded actually. But on our own, if we stay in our home and keep going, taking the knife and poking everybody, then we are put in jail, because on our own we are doing. But there he was given a direction. That is his job to do it. That's why he doesn't get reaction. So similarly, in Kurukshetra war, Arjuna is doing everything under direction of Krishna, right? So Krishna says like this, that tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yuddha cha Mai arpita manobuddhir mame vaishyasi asamshaya, he says. Krishna says, you fight the war and you will reach me. He doesn't say, oh, non-violence, you should be shanti, shanti, shanti. He says, you do it for me. Nimitta matram bhava sabyasachi. He says, nimitta matram. I already killed all these people. You just be the instrument, he says. So, but for that, that's his duty, actually, But fighting doesn't mean Arjuna goes to hell because he's killing people. That's his duty, and because he's doing under Krishna's direction, he doesn't have any reaction to face. So, similarly, Asmin Jivane api, Vayam api, Krishna direction madhye kurmaschet reaction na bhavati. Parantu katam va janimaha Krishna kim upadishati asmakam कृते इत्युक्ते तद्भवति साक्षात् हरिः गुरु इति साक्षात् हरि इति वद नाम guru is Krishna's representative. So whatever Krishna Guru says, if we follow them to the point, that's when we will be free from all the reactions we may entail in this life. Okay. So that's the clue, actually, because we don't know. Krishna is not in front of us. Of course, we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We can follow the, as given by Acharyas, the commentaries, we can follow the instructions. But for specific instructions, we need a spiritual master. Okay? So then we can be free. Parantu asmin jivane api sukham va dukkham va prapnumaha yato hi prarabdha karma sarvam na nashyati. Initially jati eva parivartanam jatam, parantu because it's already set into motion, prarabdha karma, what we have to experience at the time of birth. So we are going to experience certain things. So how we are going to handle it, that's an important point. So that's what is this important slide in this verse. So katamba kimartam bhaktah sukham va dukkham va anubhavati iti atra uktam vartate. So Seema Bhagini patitum shaknoti va?
आम्।
Okay.
अथ अत्र भक्तानां प्रारब्ध सामान्य नाशेऽपि यत् सुखदुःखं दृश्यते तत्र तु सुखं भक्तिरानुसङ्गिकं फलं दुःखं तु कुत्रचित् भगवद्दत्तं कुत्रचित् वैष्णवापराधादि फलम् इति विवेचनीयम्।
So sukham yet anubhavati bhakti jivane bhaktah jivane that bhakter anusangikam phalam. Nama, it's an incidental result of bhakti, because bhakti is shubhada. We already discussed, right? Shubhada nama tatra sukhamiti vayam vaishayika sukham apitu brahma sukham apitu paramananda sukham iti drishtam kalu. So ataha, so this is a side benefit of bhakti. Uttama bhakti, one start doing, then obviously the bad things went away and our karma is getting freed. Then automatically one experiences happiness. Of course, this happiness is not material happiness. This is spiritual happiness. Okay, so that's a side incidental result. Anusangika nama incidental side result. Okay. Dukkham kadachit api anubhavati. The dukkam bhagavad dattam vartate. Katam va iti vayam vadami aham apitu vaishnava aparadadi phalam. So if, see, as I told, bhakti cannot be stopped by anything material. It cannot be produced by anything material. It cannot be stopped by anything material. But only when, if we do aparadas, which are also considered like a detrimental factors, that's when our bhakti will basically, the progress will get little bit slow. Because, because Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna. So we are also loving Krishna and everybody is loving Krishna. And if we try to offend the Vaishnavas or, hurt them, Krishna will not like it, and Bhakti Devi will not like it, Radharani will not like it. So obviously they are a little bit displeased with us. So our progress will not be fast. Okay. then you understood, right? So how can what is the happiness and distress a devotee experiences? We understood now. So now prarabdha karma avashishyate. That's the essential point. Even though jati got changed, prarabdha karma avashishyate. Yatha vyajanasya staganartham kalah apekshate. It's a very important example Srila Prabhupada gives. See, Narsimha, listen to this carefully. Assume there's a fan. Okay, fan is rotating at a high speed at number 5. Okay, going very fast. And that is basically our cycle of karma. We have started at the moment of birth. Our karma, what we have to experience, has set into motion. Already the fan is rotating. And suddenly we take up bhakti very seriously, and now we are not doing any more priyamana karma. We are all doing everything in devotional service. That means we put a switch off to the fan, saying, okay, no more reactions. I just want to do service to Krishna. Every time I'll try to think of Krishna. Every time I do something related to Krishna. So we switched off the fan. Electric power is stopped. But will the fan immediately stop? No. It takes some time to slow down, and finally stop. So that is what is the little bit of karma we have to experience. Prarabdha karma in this life. Of course, Krishna also uses a prarabdha karma whenever we are slacking to awaken us. Okay, be serious, what you are doing. We'll get reminders, that to be
Prarabdha
serious about.
means prarabdha
Prarabdha
means
means, prarabdha means what we are experiencing now. Yet prarabdham, yet prarambham vartate. Yasya prarambham abhavat. Okay?
is it pura
So,
arabdham? Pura arabdham? Pura arabdham.
prarabdham, prakrishtena arabdham iti manye.
Ah.
Okay, it started already. Okay? That's why it takes little time will be there, and Krishna uses that to make us sometimes serious. Oh, we think, oh, I'm all good, I'm chanting, everything is nice, but we don't have the intensity there yet. So then suddenly some distress comes. Oh, then we feel, oh, what am I doing? I have the process, but I'm not intensely taking shelter of the process. Then we become serious. So like that, many incidents happen in devotees' life also. And also it is mentioned that sometimes we are supposed to go through a big thing, but let's say maybe our hand is supposed to cut, but we go somewhere and just we get a small scratch. So that by scratch somehow the reaction is taken off from our list, but we like that also happens. That's because of Krishna's mercy. Other thing they said is that sometimes devotees go through bad dreams, and Srila Prabhupada says that sometimes the reactions are getting burnt through the dreams, because dreams also some souls experience the pain, but not as much as they experience while they're experiencing this in their life. So that's also another way some karma which the bhakta has to go through gets burnt, you know because sometimes there are some karma which cannot be removed completely. Some very bad things we have done, so to teach us a lesson, some things we have to experience. Next one, prarabdha karma api nashyatum नाशनं कर्तुं शक्नुमः कर्मणः अपि कथं वा इत्युक्ते अनन्यभक्त्या तदपि नश्यति. So if you do one pointed attention, fully focused on Krishna, then that also can the rest of the reactions which are going to come in this life also could be completely erased. Of course, this body will be there, because through this body we are doing service, and that will eventually fall away. And then, if our bhakti is mature prema, then we go to wherever Krishna takes us and experience the pastimes. Okay, so katam va vayam deal kurmah, dukkam bhavati chet, katam va deal kurmah, then this is a very important shloka for all bhaktas. Can you read, Bhargavi Bhagini? You can read.
तत्तोऽनुकम्पा सुसमीक्षमाणो भुञ्जान एवात्मकृतं विपाकं हृद्वाग्पूर्विभिः विदधन्नमस्ते जीवेतयो मुक्तिपदे सदाय भाक्.
Okay. तत्तेऽनुकम्पां सुसमीक्षमाणो भुञ्जान एवात्मकृतं विपाकं हृद्वाग्वपुर्भिर्विददन्नमस्ते जीवेत यो मुक्तिपदे सदाय बाक्. So what is telling is, यः कोऽपि किमपि दुःखं प्राप्नोति चेत् भगवतः अनुकम्पां मर्सी इति चिन्तयति, सुसमीक्षमाणः करोति. नाम समीक्षमाण नाम अनालिसिस् सुसमीक्षमाण नाम कंप्लीट डिटेल्ड अनालिसिस्. सुष्ठु समीक्षमाणः करोति. आफ्टर् कृत्वा समीक्षमाणं कृत्वा जानाति एतत् कृष्णस्य मर्सी एव, किमपि अन्यत् नास्ति इति चिन्तयित्वा Munjana Nama, he accepts that. He eats it, basically, eats the karma like that. He accepts that. Eva Atmakritam Vipakam iti chintayati. Nama Ahameva Krutavan Purvam. Atmakritam. Maya eva Krutam etat. Purvam. Ataha idanim reaction rupena स्वीकुर्वन् अस्ति अस्मि अतः एतत् चिन्तयति सुसमीक्षमाणः करोति. Apitu kim karoti, he will not hate God because of this. He will not say, oh Krishna, I chanted your names for 20 years and now you gave me this disease. Oh, you're not there anymore. He doesn't think like that. But if at all, in that situation, if he becomes more and more intense service, absorption in Krishna, and understands that it's actually his mercy to make me serious about devotional life and increase my intensity, if he thinks like that, then what he does, Hrudvag Vapurbhir Vidadan Namaste. So with Hrud heart and with his words and Vapuhu with his body, he just offer obeisances. That means he doesn't change his service attitude towards Krishna. Yaha जीवति एवं रीत्या सः मुक्तिपदे दायभाक् भवति. दायभाक् नाम eligible inheritor भवति. So he will definitely get liberated. It's just a matter of time because he has a proper attitude. This also Srila Prabhupada gives a very nice example that suppose a rich man is the rich man. He has a son, and that son somehow he leaves home and or somehow there is a mishap or something. He just becomes he lost his connection with his father, and he is wandering, not knowing what to eat, where to eat, what clothes to wear. He's suffering like that. But somebody comes and reminds him, okay, you know what, you are a son of a rich father, come, I'll take you, I know who your father is. And he takes him there, right? Then, and if he lives in that relationship with his father, then just he just has to live, that's all. And then he will inherit all the property of his father. So we just have to live the life of a devotee. Whatever happens, whatever distresses come through, we never give up the process and just, take up more and more shelter. That's it. Then we become eligible for mukti. Mukti, our mukti is prema, Krishnasya prema in spiritual world. So we become eligible for that. We just have to live through the life of a devotee. So that's the whole thing, very.
Inherit means
Inherit means you get the property. You get the property. Okay, like that. So that's the main. This is the crux of
it doesn't mean
today's
that you take it from your father, correct? It doesn't mean you're taking from him.
Yeah, you take him from him only. Why the father is making property? To give to the son only. It's not that you take all the property and kick the father out to the street. That's a good son doesn't do that. Understand? Okay. Okay. So idanim, I think we can wrap up now. So साधनं शुद्धभक्तिः इति अद्य वयं चर्चितवन्तः दीक्षा इति कथं भवति, तस्य प्रामुख्यता का, अपि तु कर्मबन्धनविमुक्ते विमुक्तौ कथं वा सहकरोति इति, अपि तु गुरोः प्रामुख्यता का वर्तते साधना भक्त्यां, अपि तु अग्रे अग्रे एवं वर्तते. नाम गुरुः स्पिरिचुवल् वर्ल्ड् मध्ये अपि अस्ति. नाम सेम् गुरु, like it doesn't mean it's only the connection in this life. It's as Narasimha said, many lifetimes Guru will come to help us, take us back to spiritual world. And in spiritual world, will be there and he'll still keep guiding us there, how to render service to the divine couple, Hare Krishna, Radha and Krishna. And then punaha vayam karma bandhana vimuktihi iti शीर्षकं स्वीकृत्य कथं वा क्लेशग्नि इति उत्तमभक्त्याः लक्षणं अन्वेति इति चर्चितं कर्मभेदाः चर्चितं सञ्चितकर्म प्रारब्धकर्म अपि तु क्रियमाणकर्म इति प्रारब्धकर्म कर्मणः किञ्चित् नाशः भवति चेदपि आधिक्यतया वर्तते परन्तु तदपि अनन्यभक्त्या कथं वा तस्य नाशः कर्तुं शक्यते इति अपि चर्चितम् अपि तु फैनली आहत्य अन्ततो गत्वा यदि भक्तः सीरियस् भवति परन्तु सुखं वा दुःखं वा अनुभवति चेत् कथं वा स्वीकरणीय भवति कथं वा नाम सुसमीक्षमाणं कृत्वा तत् स्वीकरोति अपि तु भक्त्यां इतोपि प्रगति करोति तद् दुःखम् आधारीकृत्वा इति अपि वयं अस्माभिः चर्चितम् ओके ओके सो इदानीं किमपि प्रश्नः वा विमर्शः चेत् चर्चयिष्यामः सीमा भगिनी भार्गवी भगिनी किमपि न पृष्टं दिस् इस् अ वेरी इम्पोर्टेण्ट् सेक्शन of the whole thing because this is what we are looking for, how to get free of the cycle of karma. So I hope I covered it in enough depth to give us all the pointers. So any questions or comments?
No, it is clear enough. Yeah, it is clear enough to understand.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Seema Bhagini. Okay, I think, okay, then we'll go to the Dhyanam. This is also related to karma. So this is Krishna's lotus feet. So, okay. Maharati Patatu.
यदि मधुमथन त्वदङ्घ्रिसेवां हृदि विदधाति जहाति वा विवेकी तदखिलमपि दुष्कृतं त्रिलोके कृतमकृतं न कृतं कृतं च सर्वम्
यदि मधुमथन त्वदङ्घ्रिसेवां हृदि विदधाति जहाति वा विवेकी तदखिलमपि दुष्कृतं त्रिलोके कृतमकृतं न कृतं कृतं च सर्वम् ओके ओके तत् पद्यावली मध्ये अस्ति सो ओके वेट् ऐ ट्रै टु एक्स्प्लेन् मधुमथन नाम मधुसूदन मधु इति डीमन् अस्ति तस्य हननं कृतवान् इति कृष्णः यदि कृष्णः त्वदङ्घ्रिसेवाम् अङ्घ्रि नाम फीट् लोटस् फीट् पादौ सेवां हृदि विदधाति नाम धरति वा करोति नो चेत् जहाति नाम त्यजति वा विवेकी so there are two options if somebody serves the lotus feet in the heart versus somebody who doesn't serve the lotus feet in the heart okay then if he serves that's in green color what happens tad akilamapi dushkrutam triloke krutam akrutam even if he does lot of dushkrutam in all the three worlds that whatever krutam he does it becomes akrutam it's as if it's not done at all परन्तु यदि त्वदङ्घ्रि सेवां हृदि न करोति नाम जहाति नाम त्यजति चेत् सः न कृतम् अपि कृतमेव सर्वम् even though he doesn't do any bad things it's as if he did everything so one devotee poet is writing like that okay so we can read this Seema Bhagini asti va
हे मधुसूदन यदि विवेकी तदङ्घ्रि सेवां हृदि विदधाति चेत् त्रिलोके तेन तदखिलमपि दुष्कृतं कृतं चेत् अपि अकृतमेव परन्तु यदि कोऽपि तद्वङ्घ्रि सेवां त्यजति तर्हि तेन न कृतं दुष्कृतं सर्वमपि कृतमेव परिगण्यते
okay so previously I asked Seema ji like you had any comments or questions about this important topic
Not really, you have to just go through our karma and pray.
okay no but you understood
it is lightened load.
that's it okay But you understood
Mm.
how whole thing works, right? How bhakti and the whole
Yes,
thing
yes,
works
yes,
little bit, right?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay. Very nice. Okay, then we will end here. Uh, Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Ram Ram Shubham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Bhargavi Bhagini, you said you'll leave.
Yeah,
Dhanyavada,
yeah,
Sima Bhagini.
yeah. See, that's why because of the subject I was. Yeah, Bandhanam.
Oh, you wanted to leave? I thought you had some other engagement or something.
No, I need to go, but still I thought, okay, let me, um,
Attend. Okay.
yeah, attend and hear fully.
Oh,
Like I don't
okay.
want to
Thank.
laugh. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much.
yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
as you noticed, right? Initially, I really like was speaking very fast
yes,
because I
yeah,
really wanted to accommodate your request. But
yeah.
still,
Thank you.
as you see, the topic itself is so
Yeah,
this
that
thing
is
that
it is interesting. Like it has answers
uh,
for many questions we have.
mm,
Like
mm,
so we can think about it and get more clarification.
mm.
Yeah.